guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a dramatic eye only tutorial. I just saved one eye for you guys. I am using the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit, the Wants palette. The other day I filmed the one brand tutorial featuring Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty, and I used the Needs palette. So in that video I used the bronzer, blush, highlight, and the eyeshadows from that palette. Today I used the blush from that palette and the highlighter. I used the powders from this palette in my brows. It is Midwest and, what's the other shade? Midwest and Hobby, the orangey red and the neutral brown up here. I use those in my brows. I primed my eyes, I already did my brows, so I'm going to zoom you in and let you take a look at this super smoky green eye. Very dramatic for lunch with the family on a Sunday, but I felt like doing something crazy. So as you can see, I went big with the liner, I went big with the eyeshadows. I just went big, and I haven't done this in a while, so it's pretty exciting. Alright, I'm using the Wants palette, and I'm using the shade Midwest, which is the perfect transition shade. I prime my eyes with the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 Camel, Rich Camel eyeshadow base. So that is Midwest. It's a really pretty peachy shade. I just leave that there. I use a pencil brush for the shade The Cream, and that is the basic off-white kind of color for the brow bone. This is just the Crown, I believe, pencil brush. And then I use The Cream mixed with Oh Heavens, which is a shimmery off-white, for the inner corner of the eye. Underneath the eye, I used a Crown angled liner brush and the shade Grateful and Side Hustle mixed. I'm not showing them to you because they don't fit in the frame. So, but that is just a pencil brush going under the eye with those green shades. And I think that's super fun, super different. Alright, so on the lid today I used my finger and Side Hustle. I will show you this one because I think it deserves to be seen. And then a lot of the time I'm also going to go into Grateful, and then I'm going to go into Dark and Early, the black, and then Corduroy in the crease, as well as Midwest and Prayer. And so I just wanted to show you guys the shade so I didn't have to keep holding up the palette. It's really hard to get it in frame. Okay, so I used my middle finger and the shade Side Hustle, and that is going right on the lid. And I did go in with the shade Grateful, which is a shimmery light green, on top of it. And then I realized I didn't like that as much as I did Side Hustle, so I went back on top. The reason I duplicated that again was to show you that, you know, sometimes you change course along the way, or sometimes you... I wanted to do the exact same step so it would turn out the exact same way. So if layering those two on top of each other changed the impact, the outcome, I wanted to make sure I had both. Now I'm using a Sigma Buff and Blend brush. This is the E39 and the shade Corduroy. That's that deep, dark, matte green. And it does look like Corduroy's overalls. If you are familiar with Corduroy the Bear, I have a 15-month-old, so I am taking this outside of my eye line. Like, my eye line stops here. I'm taking it out a little bit and making it more of that elongated shape. Don't be afraid if you don't have big eyes to kind of cheat a little bit. We've all done it. And then I'm taking that up into the crease and around. I'm not focusing the crease too harsh, you know. I really want it to be about the outer V, but I definitely wanted some definition in the crease. Definitely wanted definition. That's a lot of defs coming in there. Okay. Now I'm going in with the black shade, Dark and Early, just there in the outer V. This is just giving me that depth and darkness. And that really does it. You see how dramatic that is? Yeah, I love it. I love it. Then I am using a fluffy kind of brush. This is the Royal & Langnickel Moda crease brush and the shade Prayer. It's like that mauve tan color, and I'm using that up here, right above the shadows, between that transition shade and the dark shades, to kind of ease the transition just a hair. And then I'll also go in with the original transition shade of Midwest and do the same. And this is just adding dimension, you know, variety of shades, depth and dimension. I can even go into like a clean brush and do this, but I'm just really going back in, back and forth until I have it how I want it. And I'm just making sure I have a triangle out here that extends past my eye shape. And then check to make sure it's even. I'm going to go one more time with the dark green into the crease. And then I'm going to use my middle finger again with Side Hustle to make sure that that is really popping. Because I think it is the standout from the look, and once you start blending, sometimes the standouts get pushed into the back burner. This is my foundation brush. I'm just making sure that no fallout ruined my face on the bottom. And for liner, I'm using the Ico London Fat Liquid Eyeliner in black. This is a fat tip. I use this. It's very wet. It gives you very good control because it's so thick. However, I don't use it when I want a thin line. I use it when I want like a super thick line. So I just drew a triangle from the lower lashes. I drew a line straight up and out towards the tail end of my brow, like, and as if it was going to meet up with my end of my brow, but doesn't quite go that far. I rarely take my liner out this dramatic, but I don't know, I felt like doing something a little bit different today. So I kept the liner on the inner corners kind of thin, and then I got very thick towards the outer eye. Okay, so for mascara, I am using the Essence False Lash Effect Lash Princess Mascara, my favorite. For my tight line and my waterline, I used this pencil by Bare Minerals Round the Clock, the 10 a.m. It's the Intense Cream Glide Eyeliner Waterproof. So I had to kind of build it up. It didn't just like automatically look super dark. I had to keep going back and forth. But I didn't want a bluish green. I wanted like a green with my lashes. Sometimes I'll go in with my foundation brush again to like clean up the edges if needed, but I think it turned out really fun and smoky and dark and deep and mysterious. If you wanted to take it up a notch, obviously put on false lashes or use a setting spray with that lid shade to get it really foiled looking. But I love the way it turned out. What do you guys think? So this is it for my deep smoky look using the green colors from the Emily Edit the Wants eyeshadow palette. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.